you know, from that time I funded. So there's like a budget that backs up my high leveraging trading. And that's what people don't understand. You will never ever get to make it big if you're trading like that and you don't have capital. And you have to be patient with being, you know, comfortable with making small amounts and small gains. Make realistic figures, small amounts and small gains. And with time, then when you've got enough money, you can now start doing high leveraging and high risk trading, because you don't have the money to refund if you do happen to blow all your account. When are you planning to visit East London or Eastern Cape? Yo, I don't know anyone that side, so it's kind of like hard to tell, you know? It's kind of like hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. When are you doing the next seminar? I really don't know. I don't do seminars anymore. I've got like an online course that's recorded, and you guys can check it out on my website. That's www.drmartin.graphy.com. So that's the website that has my course. You can check it out on there. Are you a smart money? No, no, no. I don't trade SMC. Let me see. So, yeah. Let me see. What happened to the Green World FX group? Was the greatest? What's Green World? I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that word before. I've never heard of that before. What do you think about trading gold? I do trade gold on my funded account, to be quite honest. I trade gold on my funded account. I was on sales on gold. Growing an account is better than trying to flip it in just a day. Very better, because if you fund an account today with 1,000 rands and you grow it, you know, consistently for the next 3 months, in 3 months, I swear that 1,000 rand account will not be anywhere less than 100,000. Take it from me, guys. I'm telling you. And you will find 1,000 in the next 3 months. You've got an account that's over 100,000, and you've got 3 months worth of experience, which obviously comes with confidence, which comes with a lot of knowledge. So you can never expect to grow like that if you want to constantly fund. If you fund every day with attempts to make 10,000, I can tell you that in 3 months, you would have blown 100K. If you fund 1,000 today with attempts to grow it, in 3 months, you would have had 100,000 in your account. So which is better, blowing 100,000 in 3 months or growing 100,000 in 3 months? You decide. You decide. To be quite honest, you decide. You can never get to a point in a level of consistency, which is why I've been preaching funded accounts for the longest time, because with the funded account, this is an account you're consistently growing that has a lot of rules. Per month, per day, you know, you can't go past this $5,000 mark if you're trading $100,000 account with you know, the platform I trade with. I trade with the funded trade, all right? So if you trade every single day, you know that your maximum daily drawdown is $5,000. If you go past the $5,000 mark, your account will be revoked. You will not be able to trade again. And I bet most South Africans will never be able to trade those accounts, because how we trade is unrealistic to the rest of the world. I mean, if you give someone $100,000 account, that person will want to flip it to $1 million within a day, because that's what we're used to in South Africa. But if you do this kind of approach, then you can obviously grow even with a wider term, and you're sure that by the end of the month you've made at least $10,000, or like 20, 30, $40,000. You get 80% of that. Imagine, compared to you making $40,000 in a day. It doesn't make sense. The Gold Andy's in the building. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I saw the Gold Andy got into this awesome prop firm, and he got his payout. He did a whole video on that on YouTube. So if you don't really believe in funded accounts, you know, you can even check other traders even in South Africa that are doing funded accounts, or even abroad. If you look at your big traders in America, your big traders in the world, these people started with prop firms. And I'm telling you, guys, I'm telling you, like, if you don't take this, if you're a part of these 90 people that are watching this live, you are very fortunate to be getting this information, because this is going to change your life real hard. It is of no use to get money, to get rich quick. You know, just avoid getting rich quick. Let me just read comments. Let me see. Going to meet you one day, boss. Don't forget me. The name, Bob. Thank you, bro. Yeah, man. Remind me when you meet, bro. I rush to execute trades before I can confirm my analysis. Their advice: stick to your trading plan. Trading has a lot to do with discipline. How do you deal with losses after a winning streak? Risk management. If you know that you are losing, if risk management is your friend, even the losing streak will not take away from the winning streak, will not take away from the winning streak. So that's how I deal with losses, honestly. If I trade 500 account for this year, how much do you think I can have by the end of the year? Possibilities are endless, man. Possibilities are endless. With the new course you launched, I'm curious to know if the old one still works properly, or does the new course dwell more on indices? It doesn't really dwell more on the indices. The old course that I recorded is literally like 3 years ago. So you can imagine in 3 years, there's a lot of things that I learned in 3 years. So the people that always like say, hey, Dr. Martin, your course is leaked, your course is this, your course is that. I'm literally just chill because those are systems and methods I used. Actually, it's not even 3. That's 4 years ago, right? When I was still trading currencies. I mean, there's no video of me online that you'll ever find of me analyzing US 30 or NAS 100. The only video that's there was when I first started trading. That was back in 2019. When I first started trading NASDAQ, 2019. So you can imagine 2021, 22, 23. That's 4 years ago. So 2019, when I first started trading like indices, I wasn't like so big on indices. Also, indices were not like common at the time. That's when I had that one video on NASDAQ. But the course that I'd recorded that got leaked is 4 years old. That's 4 years old. So you can imagine that's outdated information to some extent. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It really does work. It's going to kickstart your career if you come across those videos by any chance. It's going to help you here and there. But I mean, I don't use most things that I use there anymore because as I traded, there's more things I got to learn. There's more things I got to experience. And there's a lot of things I actually modified. And some things are things that I got to learn myself. So on that course that I'm teaching, it's not something that I learned from anyone, the new blueprint. That's why I'm not even compromising. The price on that thing is going for 15,000 for the online course, and it's only on special now in Feb. I'm not even posting about it. It's only on special now in Feb until the 25th. Once the course launches, and also this is just the waiting list, right? So from now till the 25th, that's a waiting list. By the time that course unlocks, it goes up to 15K. If you come on the website, you pay, you learn. You can't go to the next topic without having to finish the previous one. So that means you're going to come out knowing very well that you understood every single thing. On every topic and phase, there is a questionnaire and an exam that you have to obviously write after that, because we're trying to get rid of this thing of people coming to us and they are learning from us and then their lives are not changing and then they blame us again for not being able to change their lives. Now this is an actual task to anyone that actually buys the course to make sure that they learn and they understand. And after that, you get a free funded account after having to complete the course so that you can practice and implement the things that we taught you during the course on an actual funded account. And then you can start earning money right after the course. So, it's a lot of things that changed, and my approach and my mindset towards trading has changed a lot from the time I recorded that so-called leak course that the small boy is busy posting in his group and saying, Dr. Martin's course, there you go. So, I mean, there's like a lot that changed. So it still works, but to some extent, there's a lot of things that I modified on that course, to be quite honest, a lot. So if you come across that course, good luck to you on understanding that. And also, you can never understand, how anything works without having the master to explain it to you. Market has been kicking me out despite correct analysis this week because the market has been indecisive. What should I do? Go back to the drawing board, find out what you did wrong, and do right the next time you go in again. Your knowledge is my petrol to always push every day, even on bad days. Thanks, man. Head up, away. Let me see. Oh, Flip, he actually sent a request. Okay. Profound information. You're welcome, man. Can you repeat final account story? Let me actually have Andy come on the live. He's going to explain most things. My bro, how's it?
I'm good. How are you, bro?
Dog, we're nice. We're easy chilling on vacation,
Yeah.
Hey, dog, I'm on vacation for the next 2 weeks, dog. Vacation, trading here and there, but mostly we're just enjoying, chilling, and having fun.
Yeah. Is everything going well though?
Dog, everything is nice, dog. So, I was before you joined the live, I'm just telling these guys, I think South African trading, dog, is just like, a bit different from how trading is supposed to be. And I was just telling them about funded accounts. And I'm happy to have you, dog, because I saw a video that you actually watched the video, dog, by the way. I watched the video and I saw you got paid like, I think like close to 90K or something like that. And then, I was happy to see that, bro, like,
Yeah.
here's proof that funded accounts actually work. People don't get this, like people don't get it, dog, And dog, I'm happy to have you because then now you can tell them, dog, and just explain, your experience with funded accounts and, give a bit of your insights on how trading should be. And I think how the next phase in our trading in South Africa has to change, dog,
Yeah. Nah, bro, I've
Yeah.
been actually in your live, and I'm just like, you are spilling out gems because, if there's one thing I like that you're saying is that not everybody can pass a funded account.
Yeah, 100%, dog.
A lot of South African traders wouldn't survive in that department. Why? Because the trading style, this side, can't really fit into being the trading style that being funded needs.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people, for an example, just using a better example for sake, I will talk about the barcoding thing. You having to barcode, put in a lot of trades. Also, drawdown. Drawdown is gonna kill you.
Yeah.
That's generally
Yeah.
one thing. Secondly, is that it kind of makes you become more professional than actually you having to be, like those type of gamblers, like I'm entering
Yeah.
right now, I want to make money right now. It kind of switches up your mind to actually tap into really seeing what being a real trader feels like. And what I love most is the fact that it allows you the capital to actually notice how big you are with your trading skill.
Yeah.
That was not my genuine first payout, no lie. I'm trying to hit a total of 1 million funded. Currently, I'm on 750 funded. So normally what I do, I purchase an account, I put it in the side, purchase an account, put it in the side. So I just keep passing these challenges. For an example, as you can see right now, you see, I just purchased one account from MDP Funding. It's a 200K account. I just took 2 trades right now. And I'm trying to pause this so that I can be able to, increase the type of target I'm looking for. Because imagine, Dr. Martin, imagine being funded live with $1 million and you only make 10% of that every month. That's $100,000 every month.
You get 80% of that. That's $80,000 a month.
And then tell me who wouldn't want to do that?
Bro, so, bro, actually, funded accounts get me so excited, dog, because this is like a passion of mine, right? When I first came into the concept of funded accounts, this was back in the day. I think I think I was like a year or two into trading, and the reason why I knew about funded accounts was because I was trained by the guys from the UK. So in the UK, there was a lot of guys who were doing FTMO, right? So in the same group, I was in that group. People were trading with FTMO, and people were getting like a lot of money from that whole prop firm. And at the time, obviously, this is a foreign concept to me. So I'm just like, hey, these guys that are always talking about FTMO, and like it was like I wasn't interested in it. And then fast forward a couple of years later, AstroFX introduced a segment called Astro Forex Accelerated. So on the accelerated course, what they would do is obviously they'll give you, so you'll pay like £10,000 and then you get the course and you get an account. So they give you funds to manage. So they called it like fund management program, right? So then people started getting these accounts, and obviously they'll get their payouts and whatever. Then 3 years ago, I met this guy who lives in South Africa, right? This guy is the most money trader I have met, right? The most money trader I have met in person in South Africa. This guy was trading $200,000 accounts, $400,000 accounts live, bro. These were live funded accounts. This guy was getting getting serious racks stuff from funded accounts. So from then I started, you know, noticing funded accounts. And then I saw Lembo Raul. Before he became Lembo Raul, he was Raul GTR because he was driving that GTR. This guy, bro, was always posting funded accounts. And then he actually did an account with with FTMO, I think, when he got his first Lamborghini. He got that account, traded the account, and made $100,000, bro. And he got like a lot of money. I think he got like 70% of that, and it actually came into his account. That's when I was like, you know what? I'm actually getting into funded accounts. So I started funded accounts from there, and then from then I think I traded with FTMO. Failed my first account failed. So my second account then that I did was with what is this? The funded trader. So the funded trader, oh flip, we seem to have lost him. What happened? But that's what I'm saying to you guys. So I traded with the funded trader. That was my second account. And then with the funded trader, I did $100,000 account. And with the $100,000 account, I passed two of my evaluation phases, and then I lost my funded account because I was once again trading the same way that all of us are trading, and then I lost my account. So that actually taught me a whole lot in terms of funded accounts. So let me just wait for him to come back, and then you guys can learn a thing or two from what we're talking about. But like I'm telling you guys, if you guys haven't really like checked this out, this is like the next level of trading. I'm not even lying. I'm not
Sorry about
tripping.
that, bro.
Yeah, I think it was the network dog. So yeah, so I was saying, so now the first account I tried out was FTMO. FTMO, I tried $100,000 account, and then I traded my account, but then I failed the account. I failed the evaluation because of the minimum tradable days, right? So I got to my target, I think, within the first day. And also the reason why I got to the target within the first day was because I was using the same strategy that all of us use in South Africa. And you hit targets so quick. You hit targets quick, but also you lose quickly, right? So I got to my target, I lost the account. And then I was confused as to why am I losing this account? Because I mean, I still got to the target, but also I didn't read through the lines that there's minimum trading days that you need to actually do. And then I didn't trade for the minimum tradable days that were required. Then I lost my account. Second account I did was with the funded trader. Was two of my verification phases. And when I got the account, first day of trading live, bro, first day of trading my live funded account, I made $10,000, which is insane, dog. That's so crazy. It doesn't make any sense, dog. It doesn't, bro. If you tell anyone, dog, name that you know I made $10,000 within the first day of trading my funded account, they'll tell you one thing: you were over risking, and that's exactly what I did. I over risked, and then I got to 15. By the time I was on 15, I was holding profits. The market pulled back, and I blew my account. I blew my funded account, my very first account. So right now, I'm with Audacity Capital. I'm also with the funded trader. I'm trading with two prop firms. I'm funded with 100 on the funded trader and 200 on Audacity Capital. And bro, like this has been the best. This has been the best experience. I'm not even gonna lie to you, dog. Like, funded accounts are the best thing. You don't need to stress about funding every single day. You don't need to stress about anything. Just as long as you're consistently trading, you know by the end of the month you've got your payout and you are sorted. And this is serious figures that we're talking about, dog. You know?
Especially comes to conversions because we are in South Africa.
Dog, even if you make $10,000 per month, that is literally a clean 110,000 coming to you every single month. Every single month, after the deductions and everything, that is a clean 110,000 every month, and that's with the minimum of 10% on the account, which goes back down to risk management. And risk management doesn't exist in South Africa because we believe that we want to make 100K today until you end up losing 100K times 20 within a month. You know,
That's actually one of the smartest thing that you're actually saying right there, because you know, as I sat down and I had to kind of go back to where I'm from with trading, I feel like there's some stages, if we had figured out back then, we would have been far by life right now.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, you know, for an example, just like you saying, the way we trade in South Africa, on my side, I used to believe in flipping accounts. Like I would take $100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, all that type of stuff. And imagine after realizing the whole thing about the prop firm industry, I was like, bro, I used to fund like $5,000, like four. Imagine if I had gotten myself, like, bro, a 300K account with the prop firm is genuinely $1,300.
Yeah.
And once you got there, you actually pass your first phase, pass your second phase. You have minimum of 30 trading days for you to get your payout. And not every prop firm works like that, because some
Yeah.
of them, bro, I was shocked when I even got to this prop firm, because I was like, bro, so after immediately as you get funded, you could genuinely instantly withdraw your
What is
profits. I was like,
this? Is this with the? Is this wait? Is this with the one that we are recently dealing with?
nah, that one, you know what I did? So I got a 200K, I got a 50, right?
Mm.
So these two, what happened? At 200K, I failed it, right? Why? Because I was like, I'm just testing it out, because I had a lot of complaints about all that type of stuff. The 50, I passed it, and then I just like, okay, Andile, let's hit 3%. Let's see if they'll pay out, because I was testing. Guess what, my brother? They did pay out. Not me regretting losing my 200K at that time. I'm just like, what the fuck? But at the same time, that one is, you know what it is? It's FTP. It's Funded Trading Plus.
Sure.
Funded Trading Plus, bro. It has no minimum days. You can genuinely pass phase one right now, get a phase two, pass it right now, get a funded account, and make profits right now. As long as you make profits above $50, you can instantly withdraw. I was
Hey,
like,
no
what?
ways, dog.
What?
Yes,
Yo, fuck.
sis. Dog, that's crazy. That's
Cause no,
crazy. Imagine you get that account, you trade, you make $10,000, you withdraw it right now. Hey, that's crazy. That's sick.
because I also saw one of your videos where you trading with Audacity Capital, and I'm just like, bro, Dr. Martin just genuinely make 24, or I'm not sure if it's $24,000 or something like that, and you're gonna genuinely get a cut out of that. You keep 80% of that shit. I'm just like,
Bro,
holy smokes.
dog.
I'm just like, bro, you know, if there's one thing, the reason why I never really traded that accounts is because there's something about dollars that hits different. My brother,
Yeah.
you know, when it comes to conversions, you could genuinely buy an account and it was a dollar at the time, it was like 14 rands. And by the time you reach your profit target you wanted, the 10% you're talking about, you find out that the dollar is now 20 rand and something. My
You
brother,
know
you're
what I
fucking...
mean, dog? You know what I mean, dog? That's exactly
That's too
why I
crazy.
also like trading in dollars, dog. That's so crazy. You just made profits just by having a couple of dollars in your... You're just sitting, dog, and you're in profits. Imagine, dog.
That's what people don't understand, bro. Like, Yazzie, I genuinely was angry at myself for the fact that I could have genuinely started with this thing long time ago, because I also noticed normally. So right now I'm currently talking to FX Alex G and Ant Analysis and also Ryan. These people were like, dog, a lot of American traders were made out of prop firms, and that is genuinely how Lambo Raul came up, dog.
Dog,
That nigga,
that's exactly what I was talking about, dog. Not
bruh,
even him, bro. A lot of traders, dog.
a
Like a lot.
lot.
Dog, do you think? Okay, let's be realistic, right? The traders that we look up to are trading. Before I say anything, hello Daniel, I see you on the live. Hello, hello, hello. So before I move on, right? So like if you think about it, these traders from the States are trading $100,000 accounts, are trading $200,000 accounts, are trading $500,000 accounts. These people make $40,000 within a day, dog. Where do you think these people are getting this money from to fund, dog? You know what I mean? Like these people get their kickstart from prop firms. Maybe like they'll trade for 3-4 months on a prop firm, get like 80,000 payouts for the next 3 months, and then someone will take a portion of that money, fund maybe $100,000 account that they can trade now on a day-to-day. The same approach you used on a prop firm is the same approach you use on your personal funded account. So people don't get that, bro, and that's why we'll constantly be on this ceiling in South Africa. You know, like I was with Josh the other day, and I was saying to him, you know what, bro? Like for me, how you do things is really like top tier, dog. Josh literally went beyond and above the highest rank in South Africa, because in SA you drive an M4. you're the highest trader. You drive, one of these, I mean, these cars that I'm talking about an M4 because I mean, I've driven an M4 and I know how it feels like to be a trader that drives an M4. And now that you're at that level, people just worship the ground you walk on. And if you are in the M4 and you're the guy driving the car, you know that, bro, this is nothing. This is nothing because you're looking at Lambo Raul, who's got like four Lamborghinis. He's got the Lamborghini SVJ, he's got the Lamborghini Aventador, he's got the Lamborghini truck for himself, the Lamborghini truck for his wife, he's got the Pista, he's got the McLaren, he's got this, he's got that. Like, he's got a lot of cars in his driveway, and you're just there on that M4 and people think you've made it in South Africa. And you look at other countries. Lambo Raul, bro, drove an M3, I think, when he was still starting out, which is the same car value as the M4. But in South Africa, you drive an M4, you're the best trader. And we haven't thought out of the box. We haven't really pushed ourselves to think out of the box. And these guys literally kickstart themselves, bro. If you get $80,000 a month for the next 3 months, you've got, bro, that's like 5 million rands. You can go get like a Lamborghini with 5 million. You know what I mean? And now you've obviously like pushed out of the norm. If you do that, people are still gonna talk and say he's renting that Lamborghini, he's doing this, he's doing, like, bro, that's because we are so boxed in South Africa. And that's why a lot of traders will never be able to break past the threshold that we have in South Africa, because the trading industry is so messed up, dog. To be quite honest, it's really messed up.
You are actually right, because even right now, I was taking a YouTube content, right? So it's about the 4 things I knew before I started trading. And one of the things I said was, in the trading community in our country, we are so put out in a circle that we can't think beyond that circle. And the minute you tap into thinking beyond the circle, you realize some certain things that, fuck, imagine if, that is the reason why I'd be like, I normally don't regard myself as part of the South African traders, because I'm genuinely way too different than what all these niggas do. Like, genuinely, bro, I don't want to lie. It's not even about being corny or something like that. It's just like, looking at everybody else, I don't think there's anybody that could be like, stand in front of me and tell me something about trading. Our trading is way too different. Yeah, cool. You could genuinely take your account from 100,000 to 1 million in one day. But trust me, in the next 3 months, I would have.
They'd never be consistent.
Exactly, you understand what I'm saying? So, in as much as you were able to grow it to that extent, there's a high possibility you can lose it to that extent. You can genuinely fund more than 10 times, still trying to do the same thing, but you're still failing. And then comes me, a person who takes it in a different way. And in the compounding amounts that this thing happens, bro, it totally shifts to something that's actually big. This prop firm thing, I feel like people are underestimating the power of it. Instead of just it being them giving you funds, it is actually it's tapping you into what being a real trader really is, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I recently said on one of my Instagram videos, I said, I just recently noticed that slow is the fastest way to grow.
Yeah.
I recently bought an account with my Forex funds, right? It's a 100K account. And I wanted to test 2 things. I was like, okay, Andile, let's switch in the mindset where we are flipping the account, right? When I switched into that, my brother, I stacked trades. So, I was stacker. Guess what? It was this slight before I nearly hit my daily limit. And imagine, I've got to tell you, account 100K, daily limit, Yashaya, account gone.
Hey, bro, that's like minus $5,000.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Immediately if it hits, account is gone. I'm like, okay, cool. So this whole flipping thing, it doesn't really work, because even if you check the loss, it was like minus $112 on one position, because I used a standard lot. But because there's multiple trades, it kind of compounds to the overall account. I was like, okay, cool, Andile. Let's see if now we don't switch in the mindset whereby we are flipping, but rather growing. Guess what?
Yeah.
Right now, I think I'm up 7% on that account. And the minute I hit the next 1,000, I pass my first one. Next time I pass my first 2. As I said, right now I'm just taking accounts. So I'm up right now 700K funding live. But I wanna get to 1 million. The minute I get to 1 million, I'm putting all my accounts into a trade copier. Dr. Martin, all I pray for once I hit that is 10%, my brother. 10. Kuzozwa ngami South Africa, my brother. Like, I'm telling you, bro. Like, yo, I don't want to lie to you. Like, when I think about it, it's so superficial that you would think it's a dream. But, bro, how possibly, I'm seeing myself as the Cubans of South Africa, bro. You know, abantu abakhuluma into ebhalile njalo. Ungazongitshela ngama.
Bro, Postbego, Harintonem. This is my boy, Blood and Water. We've got celebrities in their life.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, but as I was saying, like, imagine you are the one that actually is gonna break out of the circle of what everybody actually thinks, bro. Dr. Martin, imagine if you are one guy who buys a Lamborghini out of being a genuine trader. We trade on train, we are trading. I'm gonna pay out Lamborghini. Bah! What's gonna happen?
The whole industry then shifts and starts thinking, bro, you know what, dog? Let me tell you, ne, I started trading in late 2016, early 2017, when I was still in varsity. Like, I knew that, okay, there's like Forex, and that's when I got into what is this this thing, man, Yama one click, what is binary options. That's when I actually came across binary options in 2016. 2017, I started trading Forex. When I got into Forex, stock, I'm not going to lie to you, all of this nonsense that's happening right now was not there. I'm not going to lie to you, bruh. And as a matter of fact, I think I've seen better days when I was still starting out than when I was now, like, you know, I don't know, a trading guru, if we can put it like that. Because I don't mean like in terms of monetary value. I mean, obviously we've made more money now than we have in the beginning, but like at the beginning there was much more consistency than there was, like, you know, when I was now under this wave of, like, you know, how South African traders are trading. And I'll tell you one thing, the reason why it was like that was obviously because you know, we had more you know, consistency, and we had more risk management, and our approach towards the market was very much realistic. I see my brother Mritunje on the live. Shout out to you, man. So there was like a lot of like consistency, a lot of a professional approach towards the markets. And you, bro, if you doubled an account, let me tell you, bro, when I started trading, if you doubled an account, bro, like you were, hey, bro, you were the biggest thing ever. I'm not even lying. You see right now,
Tell me about it, bro.
Right now, if you take 1,000 to 2,000, no one's gonna celebrate you, dog. But when I started trading, if you took $100 to $200, bro, I'm not talking about crazy amounts. I'm just saying $100.
You were a president, bro.
Hey, bro, you were pushing, you know, and that's obviously because a lot of people were using a bit more consistency than we are using right now. Like, it was like a more realistic approach towards the markets. And I think if we had continued like that, our country would have been a whole lot more professional, a whole lot more successful, and a lot of people would have gotten funded. And now that someone somewhere decided to come and flip 1,000 to 10,000, then we thought that this is the right way of trading. And that's when a lot of people then started doing the same thing over and over again. So, you know, I'm going back to what you were saying, and you're saying, imagine you're a trader that uses all the right tools, you use your risk management properly, you trade you know, with the most realistic and the most professional approach. If you are that person and people are following, and then you get your payouts to buy a Lamborghini, I'm telling you, dog, the whole country will shut down and everyone is going to go back to the trading routes that are supposed to be used initially.
Yes, you are actually right, bro. Like, you have shut it down. Not even, and here's one thing that, let me tell you something that I actually thought about. The reason why I kind of paradigm shift from everything that's happening in the trading industry and the community right now, it was because, bro, if you look at it, the honest truth is we have lost a touch. Most of our South African traders have lost a touch of what really trading is. And the reason behind that is because now we have introduced making money than actually professionalism. What I mean by that is that the target is when you fund, you want 10,000. The target is no longer about, if as I fund, how good of a trader I am to manage these funds. And that has actually shut it down a lot of people, because even the youngins that are coming up, bro, they are fucked. Why? Because bro, your strategy, I was not able to grow $100 to 200. The mentality shifted. It's not my problem. You are the problem. Because why? You didn't shut out the noise. The noise says, hey man, when you fund $100, you must flip it to 10,000. The industry shifted, bro, to what it is, to actually what is actually superficial. Recently, I was preaching about what imagination could do to people. We live so much in imagination that it has actually changed the way that we do things. And if you can look at, imagine if you was to shift your imagination of trying to flip $100 to $10,000, to actually shift your imagination to say, okay, if I can grow this account, I would actually be the best. You just said something right now in this live. You were like, oh fuck, I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, you just said on this live, what was I saying? Oh my God, I'm losing my brain because now I'm preaching now. These things are just coming out in gems. But yeah, what I'm actually saying is that we have shifted the whole entire thing. Instead of being professional traders, we have now become gamblers, because when you get in with your amount, you go margin in, bro. You
You
go
want
full margin, like,
yeah, you want something that's gonna sort your problems out now.
right now. Right now. Dr. Martin Jam, you know there's this trader called, he's from Chinese. That nigga funded, I think, $1,000 too. In 5 years, he turned that into $1 million.
It's $440 million.
Something like that. I'm not quite sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the video today to $440 million.
Bruh. And it's not, let's do it right now. I want money right now. He's like, no, I'm a trader. I'm trying to see. Oh, now I just remembered what you said. What you said was, imagine, right, we trade for current situations. Imagine if you want to fund 100,000 right now and flip it immediately. You stand a high chance of blowing it. But if you want to fund 100,000 now and look at the future of in the next 3 months, what could happen? My kid.
And you know, I've always said this to people that right now, if you could give people 100,000 rands every day, if we are being realistic, there is not even one of us on this live who needs 100,000 rands every day, bro. We've been to that point where we make like 50K for 7 days in a row. I'm telling you, bro, that money is gonna sit in your account. You're not doing anything to that money, bro. You're doing nothing. I think today, like, I'm gonna give you an example. Today I was out, you know, like, okay, I've been in Durban since you know, last Saturday, and I think for the time that I've been here, I've spent maybe like you know, plus minus 15,000. I haven't done crazy things. It's just going out, you know, maybe shopping here and there, plus minus 15,000. And 15,000 could be made in 1 day, right? So if I make 15,000 every single day, that means I literally spent 1 day's worth of work within 5 days, right? So do I really need 15,000 every day? I don't need 15,000 rand every day. But if I make, let's say if I make 100,000 within a period of 30 days or 20 trading days, then I've got 15,000 to spend in over a week. That means in a month I get to spend 60,000. I've got 40,000 left, with an assurance of knowing that by the end of the month there's another 100K that's coming in, because I don't have a target. I mean, I'm just living life as usual. I'm just living a normal life, right? So people go into the market with unrealistic expectations, and you'd find that someone is still living at home. They're living in an apartment. They're living, you know, with parents and whatever, and they want money that they don't need. I'm old. I've got my own expenses. I've got whatever that I need to sort out, but I still don't need 100,000 rand every day. So why would I then put pressure on myself to make 100K every day with higher chances of losing 100,000 rands every day, compared to me coming into the markets with a realistic approach of making 100,000 in over 20 trading days with a slight chance of losing my investment? So people don't think for the long term, and people think for the now. And that's why you find that we're running in circles. And I said when I started this live that people take our career as if it's a gambling kind of a thing. Because in South Africa, remember, there's been a lot of pyramid schemes, fly by nights and whatever. And people would promise you instant gains. Anything that promises you instant gains is gambling or a scam or whatever. Trading is none of those things. If you are looking for instant gains, bro, trading is not the place to be at. And that's why people eventually say trading doesn't work. There's white people that have been trading for years, dog. You know, when we knew about trading, there's white people that had been trading for over 20 years. And in the 20 years that they've been trading for, you find that their portfolios are now around millions of dollars. And these people are basically averaging like maybe like $2 million a month in profits, $3 million a month in profits. And these are the guys that we're seeing having serious portfolios right now. And that's because they looked at the long term of things. If you think you're going to make money now, I'm telling you, you're not going to make money at all. That's the reality of trading. You like I'm saying to you, if you think you're going to make money right now, you're not going to make money at all. That's the plot twist. But if you think, okay, I'm going to fund this 1,000 and try and grow it in the next 3 months, you know, you fund 1,000 rand to it, you know, grow it in 3 months. In 3 months' time, I swear, if you fund 1,000, in 3 months, that 1,000 will be on 100,000. But if you fund 1,000 to make 100,000 today, in 3 months, you would have lost 100,000. So would you rather in 3 months make 100K or in 3 months lose 100K? You know what I mean? So now that's where now the 1% to like the 2% in trading, that win comes in, because a lot of people want to make money now. But when we speak about professional trading that actually gives you profits and gains, you look at the long term. And when we speak about percentages, we're not talking about you making maybe 10 rands a day or 20 rands a day, because that's the biggest misconception that people have whenever we speak about risk management, because they'll say, okay, but I just have 1,000, then 1% doesn't make sense to me. The biggest response to that, or like the biggest solution to that problem, is getting onto a prop firm, bro. That's the reality of things. With a prop firm, if you make 10% in a month, you're making $10,000. $10,000, you get $8,000. $8,000 is around 110,000, 120,000 rand. If you make 120K in South Africa right now consistently, you qualify to drive an M4, you qualify to live in a nice house. I'm just telling you the honest truth right now. And we don't think like that as people, you know. So that's why we're running in circles, and that's why our lives will never truly change, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you just genuinely threw some gems right there. And as I'm thinking, I'm just like, damn. Because you just hit a different nerve right now when you said, you made me want to say these two words. We have lost a touch of trading for a purpose, that we are now trading for what we want. We're no longer trading with purpose. We're trading with wants. I'm trading because I want a Lamborghini. You are no longer trading for financial progress or financial success or financial freedom.
Yeah.
That, yes, Dr. Martin, as slowly as time goes by, and when you realize these small pieces we have actually detached from that makes us who we are today, you would realize a lot of people are suffering because of ignorance. And ignorance has so much potential of crushing a lot of people's dreams to a point that you don't even notice when you're getting lost. Just like you were saying, imagine if you were to say, I want to make 100,000 in a day. In the next 3 months, you keep funding 100,000. I mean, $1,000, 1,000. You could have lost genuinely 100,000. And imagine if you were to say, I'm funding 1,000, trying to flip it to 1,000 in the next 3 months. Bro, that is possible. And trust me, the minute we started looking in a monetary value, that's where we genuinely lost it. Because I love what you say when you say, hey, Donna, you're actually spitting gems, hey? And you making myself to be like, holy fuck, okay, cool. Hey, where are you at? Where are you at? And here's what I noticed as well, is like, we are so focused in, basically you spoke about financial management in simple terms. You spoke about financial, if you can make 15,000 rands every day, and you can spend 15,000 rands in a week, my brother, guess how much money you would have had, and you would still feel like you didn't spend even a single cent. You genuinely just spent 1% of your 5% in a week. You genuinely in a month spend 4% of 20% in a month. Genuinely how it is. People miss the whole point of financial management, aligning it with trading. Trading, I normally say, it's the fastest way to make money, but it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a skill whereby it's possible to take 1,000 and put it to 2,000. But it's not a scheme where you can be like, it's not a scheme where you say, nah, I want to flip 1,000 to 10,000. Unrealistic expectations. You know, I had somebody texting me like, Andy, if I fund 15,000 rand, can I make 100,000 every day? My brother, I laughed. Yo. I genuinely cracked out. I'm like, yo. The way people see trading, the whole purpose of it has shifted, bro. We lost the purpose of what trading really is to thinking that trading is a breakthrough. That's true. We can break through and have our financial success and have everything through trading. But there's no need of having unrealistic, rational decisions or rational, I don't know what you even call it, because it's unrealistic. Imagine, Malume, you fund 15,000. You want to make 100,000 every day.
That's unrealistic. Even bro, like, you know, I think people forget that, you know, trading has a lot to do with the financial sector, and that's what people usually think when they come into trading. They'll ask you, do I have to know business studies? Do I have to know financial management? To some extent, we always say no to people, but to some extent, people need to understand financial management when they come into trading. I didn't do finance at school, so I don't have any background of like financial management or anything like that. But through experience, I've gotten to understand that certain things will put you in the same space for the longest time, you know. And I think that's caused by the fact that we are mainly influenced by what we see the most. So what we genuinely see on Instagram eventually becomes what we want to achieve and attain. So that's why I ended up like not posting my results anymore, because someone will see me floating maybe 20,000, 40,000, and then they'll go and want to do the same for themselves. And we forget, as mentors, you see us that are in the forefront, we forget that there's people that are looking up to us that don't have anything at home, you know, like this is their last hope. This is their only hope, you know. And if I can post an account that was taken from 1,000 to like 50,000 on a day-to-day basis, I'm literally contaminating this person's mind, and I'm telling them that take the last 1,000 rands you have, you will make 50,000 because you look up to me, and if you look up to me, you'll do the same thing, you know. And there's a lot of things that go into me being able to make that money. I do that every time. Yesterday, I took a trade from you know, 1,500, and I put like a lot of positions, and that comes with experience. That comes with, you know, the skill that I've gained through time. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't do that every day. I'll do that like time and again. Sometimes when I try to do that, I lose a lot of money, and I'm not gonna lie to you. But when I do that and I am successful at it, it doesn't mean that there's times that you try doing that and you won't lose money. You do lose money, because I mean, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. That's not the way to go about things. But when I trade, and I trade with my methods that I am now using, I don't do that, because that's crazy, dog. That's sick. That is so insane to try and make 100,000 rands every week. That is so crazy, dog. You know, that's so crazy.
Because some certain point, I feel like the aspects of trading, they were kind of lost along the line. Because you know what I noticed? Let me just put it in both me and you. People don't understand when it comes to stacking trades or flipping, brother, there's what we call A+ setups, B+ setups, and C+ setups.
Yeah.
A+ setups are these ones where we just like, okay, this one is an A+, bro. This dark or blue, I'm gonna profit. That is when we throw everything in. It doesn't happen every day. And Bona, when they look at it in the perspective whereby, oh, Dr. Martin does this all the time. Let me try do this. So basically, this is what I meant when I was talking to you earlier, like just a few minutes ago, when I said shutting out the noise. Because, bro, one thing about the psychology or the brain, it's so stupid that it can be easily influenced by everything that every person does. I might be seeing you smoking weed, and I see how genuine you become happy when you smoke weed. I want to try it out. I might see somebody drinking alcohol, and I see how they happy they become when they drink alcohol. I want to try it out. It's the same thing as looking at different mentors and seeing whatever that happens within them. You want to try everything else, and you're going to end up being frustrated to what is it that you really need to focus on, to a point that you get lost to, okay, which one is actually right? This is one thing that I've been doing my research about. There's this guy called James Johnny. He does researches before he does the YouTube video. So there's this thing I came across. It's called strategy hopping.
Yeah.
One thing I'll tell you, Dr. Martin, there is no strategy that doesn't work.
Yeah.
The main reason a strategy doesn't work, it is because you are saying, okay, I'm giving this strategy a try. Once you reach a point where I call a circle of doom, a point whereby it's a losing streak, you start believing somebody fed you nonsense. You want to hop on the next one. When you hop on the next one, you figure out, okay, it's winning, it's winning, it's winning. When it reaches the losing streak, you be like, nah, it's no longer working. You hop on the next one. When try to mix them, they make you so frustrated because a confused person can genuinely frustrate their dreams. That's genuinely how it is. Like every strategy works, brother, as long as people understand that. There's points whereby, for an example, I think in the past 2 weeks, brother, on my 200K funded account, okay, I had a drawdown whereby I had to hit $190,000. I was like, okay, this account is about to be gone. And when I tapped back, I made $6,000 every day, dog. Every day. And when that tapped in, I was like, damn, okay, so this is a winning streak. And I had genuinely forgotten that I had a losing streak. And losing streak is a reminder that nothing works 100%.
Yeah.
In life, the reason why there's evil and there's godly, there's blessed, there's all that type of stuff.
Balance.
There's a balance. You can't 100% win, because if you 100% win, you wouldn't know how to deal with everything the minute you get to the losing streak. That is why when people were forever happy, once they become hurt, they lead to depression, because they never really experience how does it feel to be in depression.
Yeah.
That is why you get people, they consistently won 100% for 3 weeks, that when they lose, they become on the losing streak. They believe that Forex doesn't work. We have a lot of people who had high potential of genuinely being successful Forex traders, but because of 1 week losing streak, my brother, they threw everything out. And you just like, Yazin Buffett, this thing, it's really a rabbit hole. People just go stagnant in the same level.
Bro, I think there's one thing so powerful that you said, and everyone on this live, I think, you know, has to take this, because we're about to wrap up, right? And Jobas wrap up, I want to leave people with this powerful thing. Andile said something, right? He said, there is no strategy that doesn't work, number one. Every strategy in the world works. And the reason why the strategy is not working is because you're strategy hopping. You're going to trade the strategy and you don't get the expected results. Listen to me very carefully. It's anticipated results. You were expecting to see something that is not happening, and you assume that the strategy doesn't work. And once that happens, you hop to another guy who is a new hot guy. Because, I mean, we're always trending, you know. I'm going to trend this week. Next week, you're going to trend. Next week, someone else trends. The other week, someone else. So you go to the trending guy at the moment, and you think his strategy works the most because he's the one that's making most money right now. No. Not that he's making the most money. No, he's having his streak of wins, and he's probably maximizing on that, which I'm going to touch in a bit. But it doesn't mean that the guy who taught you first when he was trending, when you went to him, his strategy is not working. No, every strategy works. And the fact that you're hop skipping is why you're not seeing consistency. Secondly, if you found a strategy, this is actually what I covered on my YouTube video that's posted today, actually. And I spoke about the 5 points that would obviously make you a profitable trader. The second point, once you find a strategy that works, understand that on every setup that you get, Andile says it's, you said it's A, B, and C, right? With me, I just say it's a high probability setup, it's a medium probability setup, and it's a low probability. Well, with my community and my students, I tell them low probability we cut out. We focus on high and medium probability. And on the two probabilities that we have, our Forrest Laurent in the building. How you doing, bro?
Laurent in the building, yes, sir.
To see you, man. This brother is doing too much, bro. He's doing you know, God's work. He's really doing beautiful things, man.
It's crazy, bro. We actually communicate on a different level. That brother spreads jams when he talks.
Bro, man, that bro is so crazy. I don't know if he's available to join the live, but if he is, that would be nice to actually have him on the live. That bro is pushing, bro. So, you know, there's like a couple of probabilities with me. High, medium, but not low probability. So on the high probability setups, that's where I'll be maximizing on the risk. That means right here, I can risk more than I can lose because this is a high probability setup. That's where you'll see us actually putting in a bit more risk on high probability setups. Then you've got medium probability. On medium probability setups, for me, I'm very much average. So if I find I'm not going to risk everything because this is a mid probability setup for me, I've got my confirmations that I do use. So you need to understand that. So a lot of people see people that took high probability setups and risked a bit more than they could afford to lose. And they come out with beautiful results from that. And they go and they implement that on low and medium probability setups. And that is why you'll find that you keep on losing because you're risking you know, you're risking like a high probability setup on a medium and low probability setup, and then you end up losing your money because you saw me posting profits that were obviously based and influenced by the probability setup that I got, which would probably be a high probability, and you come and you apply the same thing on a low probability setup, and that then eventually kills you, you know. So those are like the things that we don't put out on Instagram. That the reason why on this specific trade I took so many positions on a 2,000 Rand account, that's because this was a high probability setup, and maybe I just genuinely trade high probability setups. You don't know that, you know, and you only see the results. You don't know that, but there's a whole lot of things that go behind me taking that trading decision. That's what people need to understand. So going forward, people need to understand that whatever it is that you're doing really works. Like if you're trading smart money concepts, that works. If you're trading trend lines, that works. If you're trading you know, order blocks, that works. If you're trading support and resistance, that also works. Anything that you are trading and you learn the strategy from someone that's profitable, that works. You just need to narrow it down now to you and the kind of trader that you are, and also understand the setups that you do have. If it's a high probability setup, you probably want to risk a bit more because you want to make more gains. But on a mid probability setups, like just be realistic with your trading.
Be
and really
realistic,
be
bruh.
realistic, you know, and really, you know, the most realistic way you possibly can, and don't just over risk on a trade that doesn't need you to over risk. And that's how then we can start seeing growth. Because what I've seen is that a lot of people will make a lot of money but also lose a lot of money, and that's what we are trying to eliminate. You know, we are trying to eliminate that notion of being able to make 300K but also come back and you lose 700,000, because then you move 3 steps forward and 10 steps backwards. I just wish, you know, we stuck to the same culture that we were introduced to back in 2016, 15, you know, when trading was really realistic. Things were happening. I bought my first car trading currencies, right? And when I traded currencies, I had a whole lot of risk management. And I can tell you one thing, currencies do pay, and don't think that currencies don't pay because you see us influencing you, you know? So
that is the reason why me, my brother, I wouldn't say I'm really fixed into what I trade. Like, you see, one thing I love about currency trading, and people are actually sleeping on it. Here's one thing that I actually recently noticed about indices and currencies. Currencies will teach you every different move that the market could bring. And then you get the indices like NAS 100, US 30. That is one thing, but it can genuinely trend in 4 different trends in 4 hours.
Yeah, in one day, 100%.
Exactly, bro. In actually one day, let's just put it in 1 day basis. It could genuinely be in the ranging market where it respects support and resistance. It could genuinely be in where it respects trends, like the trend line support and resistance support and all types of. It could genuinely be where it respects candlesticks. It could genuinely be where it respects price action, where it genuinely can impulse correct and continue. Like indices, you know, the way you went about it, I genuinely applaud you for that and shout out to it, because you mastered the art of every movement that the currency has taught you. And now it becomes more easier to notice, okay, good. No, man. Currently, we are trending in support and resistance. You are able to see, okay, if we put zone here, we can actually buy here. If we put a zone there, we can actually sell there. And you are also able to pick up when it respects trends on the day. That's what people don't understand when you talk about market seasons. The market is like the natural seasons we have. Sometimes it's spring, sometimes it's summer, sometimes it's autumn, sometimes it's winter. And trust me, my brother, when it's winter, you will lose your money because you don't understand that we are trading in a season whereby the market needs to be choppy. You don't understand we are trading in a season where the market has to give you money, because people don't understand one thing. There's a time where the market takes and there's a time where the market gives. And make sure by the time the market takes, it takes less than actually the times where the market gives. The market needs to give you more than what it takes. And what you said is really powerful. And I really applaud you and thank you for this live, man, because I'm definitely sure that a lot of people have taken quite a thing or two by saying, if we was to tap back in the 2016 world where the trading industry was so out of imagination, but really about the purpose, we would genuinely see a lot of traders becoming successful. And trust me, we would have and see a lot of Dr. Martins, a lot of Gold Andys, a lot of people representing regenesis, a lot of people representing. Why? Because the mentality of being a trader is not through imagination, but is through a purpose. If you live in imagination, you're going to suffer a lot. But if you live through purpose, you're going to continuously be driven. And thanks for this life, brother. Shout out.
Man, so much, bro. But also, you know, as I was saying, like, guys, the one thing that you need to, you know, follow, just look at the mindset, look at the implementation of how things are done. You know, we're not going to sit here, tell you lies or preach about something that doesn't work. Personally, what I've said on this live is 7 years worth of experience, like 6 years, whatever amount of years I've been. Sashin, my bro, shout out to you. I'm in Durban, bro. I'm gonna hit you up and maybe let's link up tomorrow. I forgot to say that. So, you know, that's what I wanted to say. Like, it's practically years of experience that we're spitting out here, and it's through trial and error that we're saying this. And I think from we want to produce a quality of traders and traders that can actually achieve bigger and better goals. It's very possible that we can drive McLarens in South Africa, we can drive Lamborghinis, we can, you know, live in penthouses and do whatever, if only we can follow through with the rules of trading. If you want to make it big today, you will never make it big at all. But if you want to make it big over time. You know, you said it's better to grow slow than not to grow, right? That's what you said. You said it's better to grow slow than not to grow, right? So, because if you want to grow instantly, chances are you'll never grow. I mean, it's crazy that you expect a newborn baby to be 1 year today. Isn't that sick? Like, that's such a sick mindset. Like,
Yeah.
imagine, I've got a son, I've got a son. My son just turned 1 in December. And, you know, he's only starting to walk, like, you know, he started walking, like, I think towards December, right? And, bro, imagine if my kid was born and, like, in a week he's already walking, and, you know, after a week he's already eating meat. That's so crazy. That's unusual. That's unnatural. But if we allow for him to walk at his time, to eat at his time, then that's even more better, because then we are certain of one thing, that this kid is going to grow up and he's not going to die. If you do something that's abnormal, chances are you will die out. But if you do something that's natural, chances are you will grow. Even with trading, let's be natural and realistic with our expectations, and that's where growth comes in. But if you want to be unnatural and unrealistic with your approach in trading, chances are you'll die quicker. People that want to grow quickly are people that eventually never get to their destination. But people that walk slow, it's better to walk slow, bro, than to run, because if we're going to the mall and you're running, chances are you'll get tired along the way. And I might even pass by the spot you're resting and get to the mall before you get there, because you're moving at a fairly fast pace. So we need to consider those things. Like, be patient with yourself, do the right kind of research. Trading has a lot of money. I've seen trading change my personal life, and I believe that trading is the best thing I've ever decided to do. I am never going to allow myself to die out in trading, because I know the potential it has. And the right way to do it is to be patient with yourself, learn the right tools, do the right things, do the right moves. Like, there's funded trader programs right now, there's prop firms. You can genuinely get the money, you know, you can genuinely get paid, and you can never trade with these prop firms if you don't use a realistic approach. So that's what I want to say to people, bro. Like, you know, we want to see people change their lives in 2023. And the best way to do that is to shut down the noise, narrow down everything that you've heard, that you've known, to what works for you, and really change your life this year. I suggest, not that I'm looking for views, but I did a video, dog. If people can go to that video that I posted today, listen to it, watch it, learn the things that I'm saying there, bro, I swear your trading will never be the same again. It's just 5 things that you can listen to and change your life. It's not just posting, bro. Like, it's really things that will change people's lives. And once we get to that level of thinking, a lot of people can change, bro. By the end of the year, we can see a lot of change. People are going to move out of their homes. People are going to drive their dream cars. People are going to buy their designer clothing of their dreams. People are going to have the girlfriends of their dreams. People are going to do, you know, a lot of beautiful things if we do things right. But if not, then you're going to stay in the same level forever, you know. So let's do things right and different this year.
Let it be, bro. Shout out to the live, man. Thanks for having me, and I really appreciate it, brother.
Cool, bro. Thanks for joining, dog. Hey, Banatina Sleaze, catch up on my live. Much
love, peace, and happiness, brother.
Sure. dog. Sure.
Peace.
So, guys, to wrap this up, I hope you guys learned, a lot of things from what we spoke about. Like, there's a lot of chances, guys, that you can use to grow, and a lot of streams and avenues. I personally, like, with all my friends, like, I see Kuma's on this live. With all my friends, I spoke to my friends, and like I told them like a whole lot about these things that I'm talking about right now. And I think that's like the biggest thing that we can ever do for ourselves, to see ourselves grow and get to a different level. I mean, even with the most greatest trader, you can ask them and they'll tell you the same thing. It's really the same thing. It's really the same thing. So let's focus a bit more. Let's think a bit more about things that are positive this year, and we will surely see ourselves at a better level. You know, we'll see ourselves at a better level. Let me just go through these comments before I end the live. And yeah, Libs up Bulls, we see you, man. We see you. Yanda away, Andrew away, Kamu away, Danielle. Okay, cool, not a problem. Do you believe in robots? I'm gonna respond to that on another live, not on today's live. On another live. I hope you guys learned a lot of things from this live. Phew, so many these requests. Oh my word. Sure, guys, I haven't done a live in a minute, but I enjoyed it. Utterly enjoyed it, entirely enjoyed it. But yeah, guys, let's be safe. Let's keep growing, and let's do things that will grow us and advance us in this new year. And have a beautiful night. Peace out.